So we had this play out last year, Bitcoin. I mean, a lot of guys were here last year. I'm not sure if you guys were here last year, but the ones that were here last year anyway. I hope you guys can hear me perfectly, first of all, because my output seems to be showing low output. If you can hear me properly, can you just please type in the chat room that you can hear me properly? Because I don't want to go all the way on and then discover that my output isn't enough, so I can just turn it up right here. Okay. Yeah, so last week we looked at a Bitcoin, and this time last year we were also looking at Bitcoin because Bitcoin has that seasonal move of up. Okay, thank you very much for Square Trade. Bitcoin has that seasonal move for the buy around this time. You know, most time of the year. I mean, according to the records we have up until 2019 anyway, Bitcoin shows that it has that up momentum from September, and we anticipated a mini drop, which did happen. I think, yeah, it did happen. When did we even anticipate the drop? Let me check the date. So last week was 19th. So we're looking at a drop around that period. And yeah, so last week was somewhere around here, and that drop did happen. So this drop that we're looking at right here from the 19th up until the 25th. So it did happen. Uh, and that's what we literally looked at. On the 19 market gave way, came all the way down, and 25th, which is yesterday, meant to be the last day of the drop, then we should start seeing Bitcoin start its up move. And it's already looking like that pattern is about to happen. Now, keep in mind, I don't know how far, I don't know how far this is going to go. I have to be quite frank with you. I don't know how far Bitcoin is going to rise because I do not have records for that. But if the move tends to happen this year, um, it should get back to 65,000 at least, you know, and possibly higher. Because last year, this time last year, September, if you guys can remember, last year we were here. So this time last year we were somewhere around here, yeah, around here. I remember, I think I went in on this date right here, and I came out. I think I came out right here, somewhere around here, right? Well, price went all the way till January, so I don't want to make that same mistake because that was predicted that was going to happen. You know, price came all the way there. So from the looks of things, price is already following that pattern now. That drop has happened, and then the plays is about to happen. The up move is about to happen as well. Now keep in mind, because we only have seasonality for this. I mean, the COT report for Bitcoin doesn't really, I don't think it really did say much. It doesn't really say much at the moment, but maybe the data might have been updated from the last time I checked anyway. So I'm just gonna check. So from Bitcoin, what we can look at is from the commercials, we can see the commercials are really playing really strong with Bitcoin. They're still not fully, they haven't bought into Bitcoin yet fully. And China as well, I think they tried to ban cryptocurrency last week. So it's literally fighting a lot of fronts. But from the commercial COT report, we can't really see much. It's actually playing to the short side as of the 14th of September. We could wait to Tuesday and see maybe this bias change. But the non-commercials, people that trade a lot, tends to be swaying to the upside this time around, but the overall is still down. So nevertheless, though, I tend not to really follow the COT report for Bitcoin, right? So the seasonality shows it's going to go up. So most likely my bias on Bitcoin is a buy because I had some position last year and I made some money off that last year. So I'm probably going to repeat the same circle this year, God's willing, to go to the buy side. And I remembered also we checked Nasdaq, right? Now Let's see. Let me see if I can find the chart of Nasdaq up. I personally didn't trade. I didn't trade this, you know. So I think was it Nasdaq we checked last week? Yeah, it should be. So I think we were looking at it falling a little bit, and then I probably had a little bit more rise. So let's see what that done. Um, let's see. So on the 19th, we were expecting it to fall from the 19th all the way down. Okay, nice one, Cutlet. You got a early bird seat, bro. Yeah, I'm gonna be jumping into Bitcoin. So yeah, so with Nasdaq, we actually predicted like Nasdaq was gonna fall. You know, on the 19th, we predicted it was gonna fall up until at least 24th, right? Before everything started looking sideways. And I think this is quite unfortunate because a lot of the guys that won't be able to get that position because uh, on the 19th already, market opened on the 20th. So what happened was market has already done the gap. It's literally done the fall already before even going into the market. So the fall was expected and the fall was completed. It was all concluded before, you could even get the chance to go in. So it's quite sad, but nevertheless, the Dow move did play out. So I personally won't touch it anymore because the chart doesn't look very appealing to me right now. So I'm gonna let that slide. Now that being said, let's move on to today. I just had a nap. I just woke up, so I'm a bit, you know, taking things slow, not too fast today. So what I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna go back to default, and we're gonna do a little analysis on what's going to happen. I mean, right? So I did trade gold last week as well. I think I told a lot of people to stay away from gold. Um, um, and you know, yeah, gold did have that further crash last week. So that's it's looking good. So I'm gonna clear this and have a clean sheet, and let's do some work. What's this? Okay, all right. Let's check gold. So this week for gold, we have a little position to the buy side, but massive position being taken away from the short side. Ultimately, what this means that most likely the long is going to take charge. If we look at the COT graph, we can see a little bump to the upside, but I'm not really messing with that. I'm looking for something clean. All right, CHF has 10,000 in position to the up. These guys are swaying more to the downside, so I'm looking. Ooh, okay. This is looking interesting to me. So CHF done that. I mean, when he did this the last time, we had that not too long after we had that up move. So we now have this. Most likely we're gonna see that up move coming into play. Okay, so let me check what CHF has to offer and JPY more position to the downside. So I'm gonna put CHF. We got that on. Okay, let me actually put COT at the top so I don't confuse myself. CHF national JPY dash. I got that on short. Let's see what else we got. Euro, USD, and CAD. All right. So we go CAD. Oh, it's got to loading. Let's go to quickly reload that. It's not letting me scroll down. I'll reload this as well. All right, CAD doesn't really give much, but most likely the COT graph is going to be pointing up because my position was taken away from the downside compared to the upside. I don't even need to go that far because it's not even loading. So I'm gonna okay, I don't know why the COT isn't loading, so I'm just gonna, in regards to time, I'm gonna save myself some time and I'm gonna go check right here. Yo, so Euro, what I can see is commercials have added 12,000 new position to the long side. You know, and these guys are adding 18,000 to the short side. So I'm gonna put Euro. And I know a lot of people might not understand what I'm looking at here. This graph is just exactly the same as this graph. You can see right here, 12,000 position. You see right here, it's just exactly the same thing. This just looks more beautiful. This is more raw data. So that's the difference between the two. I just like to show this one for, you know, a lot of people that need to understand, and also gives you the image of the graph right here to understand a little bit better. But they're practically exactly the same thing. So Euro got that on long. USD doesn't really, most of the time with the commercials anyway, they don't really put more position uh, when they had a new. It's very rare that you see them add big position into the USD. I don't know why. It's just how it plays out. But they're putting their position to the short. So I put that as short, even though it's very small, but I don't like it as a small, but I got no choice. I put it on short for the meantime. Short. I think I checked the CAD already. GBP, AUD, and NZD. GBP 13,000 new position to the long. Okay, that's beautiful. Let me actually see if this isn't loaded yet. All right. Add more position to the long. All right. Now this looks like some up and down move going on here. Up, down. This doesn't even look correct because it's just bouncing everywhere. And you can really see the price isn't really responding. I don't like when price doesn't really respond. These guys most likely are manipulating the asset right now, to be honest, GBP. And I heard they're actually piling up a case against a specific country based on insider trading. You know, as we trade, you know, we try to make an honest living out of trading. There's some people in the back doors actually have key to more information that we do, and they manipulate the market. So, you know, kudos to them. So we go long on this. And yeah, this has actually been pointing long for a while now. This just been going up, but it hasn't reacted yet. So I'm literally waiting for the reaction of this. This reaction will be very, very beautiful. You know, it should be very, very beautiful because if you look over time, right, this thing is like literally one of the highest point has been over time. As much as it doesn't react every single time, like if we go here and check when it was here at the highest point, market rallied for a while. And these are months, by the way. I know, I think weeks. Yeah, you're looking at weeks. So it rallied for weeks. When it was here as well, rallied for weeks. And when price got here, you see it rallied up for some few weeks. When it got here, rallied up just a little bit. When it got here, it rallied up a little bit here, just a tiny bit, but those tiny bits of rallying, you know, is a lot. When you look at it in weeks, you know, it's kind of a lot of positions. So most of the time when price got to a peak, you know, right here, it didn't really occur. Right here, it did happen. So, oh, wow. Yeah, that's a good move, but I'll check it. So most likely we might see a rally from AUD coming. I'll check the USD CAD for you in a second. We might see a rally of AUD coming, but I don't know when. So let's check NZD. What do we have on NZD? I don't want to touch that. It's minimal. I mean, USD was minimal, and I still had it written down, but this is also minimal. I don't think I really want to have this down. So looking at all of that, I can depict that, you know, there might be a lot of opportunities, you know, this week. Now, let me see if I can wrap all of this up in 20 minutes. If I can't, then I'll do as much as I can. So we don't have gold on the list. I don't have to check. So I check CHF on long. All right. And I just load up probability just for that. So CHF, today's the 26th, and we expecting long. So I mean, we can have long up until the 29th. So that's like 3 days. 7, 8, 9. So practically 7, 8, 9. We might have a strong CHF coming for just 3 days. Then ideally, this is what I want to do. I want to sell this. I don't want to be chasing the small moves. Remember, I told you guys a few webinars back that I just want the long moves now. You know, it saves me more time and more effort than to chase the small moves, but I can still look at the small moves regardless. You know, the longer moves make you much more money in the long run than the shorter moves. So you want to really aim for all of this and all of these. You know, you don't want to get those small ones, but we can look at the CHF right now. I'll load up CHF JPY. Let's see which one the probability aligns with. So, all right. So we know the COT is long CHF. So now let's look if we can have any pairs pointing long from tomorrow, right? So CHF JPY, let's see what we can have on that one from tomorrow. So CHF JPY gives that 57, 54, 68, then boom. So these 3 days that we're expecting it to right here, you know, we're expecting it from 27 up until 29th. We have those 3 days right here pointing long. So what we can do in this regard is we can check CHF JPY. All right, let me see if I can find that.
The first row, boss.
Yeah, thank you very much. Still sleepy. Thank you very much. So CHF JPY, now that's pointing long. Now, before I even conclude on that, I just want to get this stuff in here. I don't want to play with this stuff. So these stuff is telling me, William spread is telling me that I should watch out for a down. That down is coming, you know, rather than up. I'll give you a practical example. This is just like the final point of confirmation for me to say, okay, you know, if market is going to go in that direction that I'm expecting it to, you know. So an example would be, let's say here, for example, you can see when you point up, price went up, you know, and when it pointed down is coming, price came down. It pointed the up before the time when it came. So it kind of gives me like a little bit of indication of what might happen before the time. It's not 100% correct, but it does give an accuracy. So with this, looking at this alone, I can see price literally has gone up for a while, like 5 days in a row. And this is still telling me to go long. I wouldn't want to go long. The main reason it's gone for 5 days, you know, there will be some sort of pullback, you know. So I wouldn't want to go long on the 27th. But what I'm expecting is if price can do a raid, you know, and come and raid some people out, then I might be willing to go long. If price for some reason comes anywhere within, let me just put here, the slowest point here and this green zone. So anywhere from here. So come tomorrow, if price comes anywhere between this zone right here, I will be able to trade this long. If price does not come down here and tend to start going up, I will just let this trade go, even though the seasonal, the COT, and the probability points for me to go up. The main reason is this: it already has enough momentum up already. I'm trying to catch a moving train. I don't want to catch a moving train. You know, moving trains tend to, you know, If you miss it, you're literally being in a hard position. So for that reason, the trade is long. CHF JPY is long, from Monday. But I'll put this on a medium risk just because of price action. Simply because of price action, I'll put it. If price was somewhere around here and I saw that, I'll be glad to go in. I can close my eyes and go in. But with this, I want some sort of pullback, and you can see on the 4 hours we're having that. So I want to sort of run down, then probably price comes somewhere around here. Here will be more sufficient for me. Then I can trade that back up. Without that, I wouldn't want to touch it. So that's that with CHF JPY. Let's check Euro CHF. Yeah, Nasdaq played out last week, bro. Yeah, so it's beautiful. So next we check Euro CHF, right? Okay. So Euro CHF, Euro is telling me it's going buy, so that's a bust. I'm not touching that. We expected CHF to get strong. Right. USD also telling me it's going long, bust. No, not touching that. So I'm just looking for anything that sides my bias, right? CAD, it's kind of not sure, 50-50, then that I'm not taking that. GBP, even though I know this asset is being manipulated, very annoying asset. This thing has lost me so much money in my trading career. Still not taking that. Doesn't even look good. So I'm not trying to paint a perfect picture for you guys. I do lose money when I trade. Inevitable for everybody. We all lose money at one point. All right. So NZD CHF, I don't have that 3 days. It only gives me 2 days. I don't want small moves. I want big buck. Big ass money. Oh, excuse my language. Apologies. Right. So with CHF, I wouldn't touch any other thing but this. But this, I'm only touching this only on pullback. So that's trade one. All right. So let's check. Someone was talking about USD CAD. I just want to do that because of time. Right. Let me just load that up here. Probability. Let me check USD quickly. So I just want to see. I want to see what's happening with the USD CAD. Someone said they're stuck on it. So you don't want to be stuck on the wrong side. Trust me. Just by looking at this, I don't even want to touch it. 50-50, 61% down, 67% up. It doesn't really look appealing to me. On an ideal way, I wouldn't even touch this at all. But I would look at the USD just to, give you a little bit of heads up. So I don't. Maybe we can get some clarity with it. So 26, according to the seasonality chart up into 20, so USD might drop a little bit, but you're in a consolidation phase. So the good thing in your case is it's in a consolidation phase, right? The bad thing is if you consolidate too high, you could lose a lot of money. But the good thing is it's in a consolidation, so it's right here. So, oh, beautiful, look. It's actually doing exactly what it's meant to do. It's consolidating. So you're probably going to have price bounce somewhere between maybe here and here, right? That's your channel right there. Maybe even here, down here. There's a possibility your first roll of channel is right there to right here, right? And your second roll of channel is right there to right around here. So price is most likely going to bounce between these two regions. So if you had taken a buy right here, for example, then all I can tell you is pray, bro. Pray that it comes back up here. If not, it's most likely going to come down here first or down here first if you're willing to hold another 132 pips before it goes back up. That's a possibility, But all case equal, one thing you don't want to ever do is trade without a stop loss. You want to always have your stop loss in play, just in case, you might be totally sure about a trade and then some news happen or some disaster happens somewhere else, or they do insider trading on you, and then boom, market start playing tambourine with your money. So my advice is the first shot that you get for exit the trade and let it go. Take the loss, brush it off and move on. That'll be my best suggestion for you. That's my recommendation. It doesn't look good on every thing. Bro, yeah, this Nasdaq, but you love this Nasdaq so much. I check Nasdaq like literally at the end. Yeah, I'll check it for you at the end. So, but I think I checked it earlier. It doesn't really look good anymore. So, it's not something I'll personally touch. But I'll check it again for you so you get a visual. So JPY is screaming short, and we're JPY right now. We might get that short coming from the 27th, right? Up until here, forward. Now, because we already checked CHF JPY for long, and JPY is screaming short from the 27th. So what we might actually see on CHF JPY, let me just pull it back up. What we might see on CHF JPY is probably price pulls back down here a little bit, and then on the second, actually, on the 28th, what we might see is price actually stayed pulling up. So with that, because JPY is already screaming short anyway, so we might see price come back and retest around this region, because it's been, when it got here, it got support, it got support, it got support. So right here will be an ideal point. So come Monday, price might literally run back down here. Once price is down here, then it will be a good entry to go buy. Okay, somewhere around this zone anyway, not exactly on that spot, but around that zone will be fine. Okay, so that's CHF JPY. Let me see if I can get any other JPY asset to corroborate what else is going on. So, and I had a beautiful asset as well that had a very massive power in COT. I might not be able to touch that though, because we only have 9 minutes left. I try to keep this thing as very short as possible. CAD JPY. Yeah, we'll look at it. We'll look at it in a second. It's literally, I think, should be, yeah, it's on the row, literally right here, loaded. So let's check Euro JPY, and then we'll go across, and then we'll get it. All right, so we check Euro JPY. Let me see, do we have any asset on the long? Yeah, Euro's on the long, so Euro JPY looks good. 80 JPY, yeah, we'll check it. So Euro JPY looks good. Let's go see what Euro JPY has for us. Euro JPY. It seems, if you notice the pattern, right, it seems JPY is already getting weak before it's meant to get weak. So it's already doing the move before we're expecting it, because the moves that we're expecting seems to be playing out just before it's playing out. So that's a good sign, meaning the move is going to happen. Looking at Euro JPY though, let me load this thing with EMA. Beautiful. So I'm putting EMA up just to clarify things a little. Now, Williams pointing down, right? I always like to go Williams up. As you can see, when Williams pointed up right here, you see price went up, it's pointing down. So most likely price is going to recircle back down. But just by looking at this, right, I can see a few places that I might want to go in. Right here would be good. Now, to make things a little bit more easy for myself, I got the PZ support and resistance. So I don't want it bugs anything beyond the daily time frame. So I'm just going to load that in here. So look, beautiful. See, I drew the green line right here around this zone. See where the PZ said the support is, and it's above the 200. So trading isn't that difficult. It literally just points exactly where I want to go in. So anywhere here, I want to wait for price to pull back anywhere here, and then I go in. So Euro JPY, that's also long. It still falls under medium risk. Now the date, I don't want to even put date to this, because at the end of the day, right, it could do this on Monday, it could do this on Tuesday, but most likely price is going to run up into this zone quickly, rush down, raid everybody that bought within this region that, that feel like they're safe, and then start running back up. So that would be my ideal entry, somewhere below the 200. Excuse me, somewhere below the 200 EMA right here will be perfect enough for me to go in. If I check the 4-hour time frame, yeah, so you can see the 50 is right there. So most likely pierce the 50, quickly come to look for support around this region, or yeah, around this region maybe, or around this region, and then run back up. So Euro JPY, that will be a buy. So let's move to the next one. GBP JPY. As I said, man, GBP is weird, but I'll just do this thing for the brave soldiers, man. I check for the brave soldiers. Right, GBP doesn't look good, so I abandoned that straight up. So CAD JPY. Someone wanted me to check this. Let me check that. CAD JPY, CAD losing strength against the JPY. So in regards to that, it doesn't really work. No. So CAD JPY wouldn't work in this case. For me personally, it doesn't go with the strategy, so I just let it go. USD JPY. I think someone said let's check 80. Okay, coming 80 next. So USD JPY, we got that 74, 50, 50, 62. This can still be bagging with in a way. I can still bargain with this, but keep in mind the COT is saying short on USD. So your buy momentum might not be heavy, but if JPY is losing strength anyway, then it could happen. Look, JPY is already losing strength, literally. It's literally losing strength. So with USD JPY, you can actually also trade this. This is on a higher risk. It's actually on a higher risk because we don't have that 3 days JPY, but it's still tradable. So it's a higher risk, but it's still tradable. You can see the Williams is pointing down. You want the Williams to point up. So what we want to look for is price zooming back somewhere in the air, and then getting the support here. You can see there's a support here and the 20 EMA. So anywhere between 20 EMA touching it will be ideal for me. So it's already looking as it's about to come down. Like there's a resistance point right here. Hit that, it's running back down. So when I let it just hit the 20 EMA for support, boom, go into that one and get that out of the way. About to rocket everything in this one. Then AUD JPY. This might be literally the only assets we can check for today. JPY. It's actually going to be the only asset we check for today. So with AUD JPY, even though the AUD is screaming long on the COT, for some random reason, it doesn't give a full alignment. I don't know why. It gives 61%, 50-50, then 67, to the downside. What I can do is also check it, just see how it goes. If AUD doesn't really give, AUD JPY doesn't really look as if it's going up, then AUD might just be super weak at the moment. Yeah, it's actually looking as if it's going up. And it just hit the 50. See, it hit the 50 at a big resistance point right here. See this massive block right here? That's massive resistance. So what we most likely going to see is price, retrace somewhere back down and buy it. But because we don't have that full alignment, it's too heavy of a risk for me. I will just watch it and not do anything with it, right? And then NZD JPY. So NZD JPY, we got 2 days buy, then 1 day short, and then that buy, even though I do not agree with this last one, but we can check it. Is at a high risk. It doesn't have the 3 days. It's on a higher risk level. Let's see what it does. All right. So, oh, beautiful. This has actually pulled back. So it gave that up move. That up move came when William gave down. It came. So the down is, if anything at all, even though it's on a high risk side, I would actually enjoy trading this more than any other JPY pair that we have here. Now, the main reason I said I would enjoy trading this more is because JPY has already pulled back. It's a high risk, I ain't gonna lie, but I would enjoy trading. I'll be more comfortable trading this more tomorrow than any of the other pairs, and it gives me a 71% chance. I have a better chance, 71% of going long than, if I was going short. So, and then I have 57% chance the day after. So I would rather trade this compared to every other one on that list. And the beautiful part is 200 EMA is hanging right here. So around here, I just wanted to pierce the 200 EMA, just like something like this. So come down, pierce it a little bit, then go up. Anything that goes beyond and presses it, pierce the EMA. I'm good with that, and then I can trade that. And you can see it's got swooped by the 200 anyway. So right here will be my ideal entry, and exit will be somewhere between here. Trading sometimes is not about precision in terms of, oh yeah, the lines. It gives you a range, it gives you a zone of places that you can make decisions. So I would, go in somewhere around here, exit somewhere around here. 72 pips, not bad, but not the best. And maximum pips around 132 to take on that one. So literally, guys, that's all I have time to check. There's still more on the list. There's still Euro, USD, GBP, AUD. There's still that 4 on that list to check. I mean, we don't have time for that. If you want to check them by yourself, I mean, you guys know where the website's at, business.damempire.co.uk. That's right there. You can just go check it online and, get a membership to check everything. So that's what I have for you guys. Take care of yourself and have a lovely trading week. Okay. I don't have time for questions right now because time is over. So, but if you have questions, send it to me on Telegram. All right. Take care of yourself, guys. Have a lovely trading week. God bless you all. Take care.